Hello, incredible English learners, and welcome to another enriching episode of the Daily English Subtitled Podcast. I am your host, Osh, and I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's fascinating topic, the art of description in English. Today, we're going to unlock the power of words to paint vivid pictures, to bring people and places to life, and to truly elevate your English communication skills. Think about it. How often do you find yourself wanting to describe someone you met, a place you visited, or even a scene from a movie? Whether you're telling a story, giving directions, sharing an experience, or simply engaging in casual conversation, the ability to describe accurately and vividly is absolutely crucial. It's what transforms a bland statement like, I saw a house into, I saw a dilapidated, ivy-covered Victorian house with broken windows and a creaking porch, nestled deep within a forgotten forest. See the difference? Description makes your English engaging, memorable, and truly expressive. It allows you to convey nuances, to evoke emotions, and to ensure that your listener understands exactly the image you have in your mind. Without strong descriptive skills, communication can become flat, leading to misunderstandings or simply a lack of interest from your audience. Today, we're embarking on a comprehensive journey through the world of English description. We'll break down the specific vocabulary and phrases you need to describe people, from their physical appearance to their personality and character. Then, we'll shift our focus to places, learning how to articulate the sights, sounds, smells, and overall atmosphere of any environment. This isn't just about memorizing lists. It's about understanding how to use these words in context, how to combine them, and how to make your descriptions truly come alive. We'll have plenty of practice opportunities throughout the episode, so you can immediately apply what you learn. I remember a time early in my English learning journey when I was trying to describe my grandmother to a new friend. I wanted to convey her warmth, her kind eyes, and her gentle smile, but all I could manage was she is old and nice. It felt so inadequate, so far from the beautiful image I had in my head. Or another time, I was trying to explain a beautiful mountain village I had visited, and I kept repeating, it was very beautiful. My friend was polite, but I could tell they weren't really getting the full picture. It was frustrating, and it made me realize how much I was missing by not having the right descriptive vocabulary at my fingertips. That's when I started actively focusing on building this skill, and it completely transformed my ability to connect with people and share my world in English. And that's what I want for you today. So, whether you want to paint a picture of your best friend, recount a thrilling travel experience, or simply make your everyday conversations more colorful, this episode is your guide. Grab a pen and paper, or just open your mind, and let's dive into building your descriptive skills in English. Get ready to transform your communication. Let's start with describing people, and we'll begin with their physical appearance. This is often the first thing we notice about someone, and having a rich vocabulary here is essential. We'll break this down into general appearance, and then focus on the face and its features. First, general appearance. When you see someone, what's your initial impression? You might notice their height. Are they tall, short, or of average height? For someone exceptionally tall, you could say they are towering. For someone very short and delicate, you might use petite. Next, consider their build. Are they slim or slender? Perhaps athletic or muscular? On the other hand, they might be stocky, meaning broad and sturdily built, plump, a polite way to say a little overweight, or even obese, a medical term for very overweight. Their age is also a key descriptor. Young, middle-aged, or elderly. You can be more specific, in their 20s, in their 30s, and so on. Someone might have a youthful appearance, looking younger than their age, or an aged appearance, looking older. Finally, what's their overall impression? Are they attractive or striking, meaning very noticeable and beautiful? Or perhaps plain, ordinary looking? Do they look elegant, scruffy, untidy, or well-dressed? Now, let's move to the most expressive part of the face, the hair. Hair color is straightforward: blonde, brunette, brown, redhead, red, gray, or silver. Some people have dyed hair. The style is equally important: long, short, curly, straight, or wavy. Someone might be bald or have a ponytail, a bun, braids, or even dreadlocks. And what about texture? Is their hair thick, thin, fine, coarse, or silky? Sometimes hair can be unruly, meaning difficult to control. Next, the face and features. The eyes are often called the windows to the soul. You can describe their color: blue, brown, green, or hazel. Their shape can be almond-shaped or round. But more importantly, their expression tells a story: sparkling, full of life, piercing, intense, tired, or warm. The nose can be small, large, aquiline, hooked like an eagle's beak, a button nose, small and rounded, or simply hooked. The mouth and lips can be full, thin, wide, or narrow. Is someone always smiling or often frowning? Finally, their complexion refers to their skin. Is it fair, light, dark, pale, tanned, clear, without blemishes, freckled, or wrinkled? Let's do a quick practice activity. Imagine someone you know, or even a famous person. Try to describe their general appearance, hair, and facial features using at least 5 new words you just learned. For example, you might say, "She has long, wavy, dark hair. Her eyes are sparkling and her complexion is clear." Or, "He is tall and muscular with a bald head and a warm smile." Take a moment to think about it. The more you practice, the more these words will become a natural part of your vocabulary. Continuing our exploration of physical appearance, let's now focus on body shape, posture, and how clothing and style contribute to someone's overall look. These details add even more depth to your descriptions. When describing body shape, we often use terms that relate to common forms. For women, you might hear hourglass, curvy, with a defined waist, pear-shaped, wider hips than shoulders, or inverted triangle, wider shoulders than hips. For both men and women, rectangular, straight up and down is common. You can also describe specific features like broad-shouldered or narrow-hipped. Posture is how someone carries themselves. Do they stand upright and confident, or are they slumped? Is their movement graceful or awkward? A confident stride or a nervous fidget can also reveal a lot about a person. While less common, you might also describe hands and feet. Are their hands delicate or strong? Are they manicured, well-kept nails, or calloused, rough from hard work? Do they have long fingers? For feet, you might simply say small or large, or if they are well kept. Now, let's talk about clothing and style, which often reflect personality. Clothing can be casual, everyday wear, formal for special occasions, trendy, fashionable, classic, timeless, vintage, old but stylish, or designer, expensive brands. Is their clothing practical? What about accessories? Do they wear a lot of jewelry, glasses, hats, scarves, or carry interesting bags? Their overall style can be described as chic, fashionably elegant, bohemian, unconventional, artistic, sporty, minimalist, simple, or flamboyant, showy. These words help paint a picture of someone's fashion sense. Finally, people often have distinguishing features that make them unique. These could be scars, tattoos, piercings, or birthmarks. They might also have unique mannerisms, which are habitual gestures or ways of speaking. For example, someone might always fidget with their hands when nervous, or have a particular way of tilting their head when listening. These small details can make your description incredibly vivid and personal. Let's try another practice activity. Think of a fictional character from a book or movie, or even a public figure. Without naming them, try to describe their body shape, posture, clothing, and any distinguishing features or mannerisms. For instance, you might say, "This character has a stocky build and a very upright posture. They always wear formal, classic clothing and have a distinctive scar above their left eye." The more details you add, the clearer the image becomes in your listener's mind. Take a moment to formulate your description. Moving beyond physical appearance, let's delve into something even more complex and fascinating, describing someone's personality and character. This is where you truly capture the essence of who a person is, their inner qualities, and how they interact with the world. This section is crucial for building deeper connections in conversations. Let's start with positive traits, the admirable qualities that make someone a pleasure to be around. Someone can be kind, caring and friendly, generous, willing to give, intelligent, smart, or witty, clever and humorous. They might be ambitious, driven to succeed, patient, calm when waiting, or resilient, able to recover quickly from difficulties. Other positive traits include optimistic, always seeing the good, empathetic, understanding others' feelings, reliable, trustworthy, or adventurous, likes new experiences. Using these words allows you to express appreciation for someone's character. Of course, not everyone is perfect, and sometimes we need to describe negative traits. The key here is to do so politely and constructively. Instead of saying someone is always angry, you might say they are moody. Someone who doesn't like waiting is impatient. Someone who rarely changes their mind is stubborn. If they are shy, they might be reserved or introverted. Someone who thinks too highly of themselves is arrogant. An impulsive person acts without thinking, while a disorganized person struggles with order. A pessimistic person always expects the worst, and a naive person lacks experience and judgment. Learning these words helps you navigate more complex social interactions. Beyond fixed traits, we can describe behavior and habits, how people typically act. Is someone talkative or quiet? Are they energetic or calm? Do they tend to be meticulous, very careful and precise, or spontaneous, acting on impulse? Are they always punctual, on time, or a procrastinator, someone who delays tasks? These behavioral descriptions add another layer to understanding a person. Finally, expressions and mannerisms often reveal personality without words. A warm smile can convey kindness, while a furrowed brow might indicate worry or concentration. Nervous fidgeting suggests anxiety, while a confident stride shows self-assurance. Someone might use expressive gestures when they talk, or have a particular way of tilting their head when listening intently. These nonverbal cues are powerful descriptors. For your practice activity, think of a fictional character or a public figure whose personality you find interesting. Try to describe their positive and negative traits, their typical behaviors, and any noticeable expressions or mannerisms. For example, This character is incredibly ambitious and witty, but can sometimes be a bit arrogant. They have a habit of fidgeting with their hands when they're nervous, but their confident stride always gives them away. The more you observe and articulate these details, the better you'll become at describing people in English. Now that we've explored how to describe people, let's shift our focus to places. Whether you're talking about your hometown, a travel destination, or a fictional setting, being able to describe environments and their atmosphere vividly is a fantastic way to engage your listener and transport them to that location. This is where your English can truly paint a picture. Let's start with the general environment. Is it a city, urban, bustling? The countryside, rural, peaceful? A coastal area near the sea? Or mountainous with mountains? You can use terms like urban or rural to distinguish between city and country settings. Once you've established the type of place, you can add more sensory details. What do you see? Think about colors, light, size, shape, architecture, and natural features. Is the place vibrant, full of bright colors and energy, or dull? Is it spacious, lots of room, or cramped, small, and crowded? Is the architecture ancient or modern? Is it bustling, full of activity, or serene, calm, and peaceful? You might describe a picturesque village, very pretty, or a dilapidated building, in disrepair. These visual words are your brushes and colors. What do you hear? The sounds of a place are crucial for its atmosphere. Is there a cacophony, a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds in a busy city, or is it tranquil, very quiet and peaceful? You might hear a constant humming sound, the chirping of birds, the roaring of traffic, the whispering of the wind, or the echoing of footsteps in an empty hall. Sometimes a place can be utterly silent. What do you smell? Smells evoke powerful memories and feelings. Is the air fresh, clean, or musty, stale, damp? Is there a pungent, strong, unpleasant odor, or a fragrant, pleasant aroma? You might smell smoky air, earthy soil, something sweet, or something acrid, sharp and bitter. These olfactory details add a rich layer to your description. How does it feel? Think about textures and temperatures. Is the surface rough or smooth? Is the air cold or warm? Is it humid, damp, or dry? Is the ground dusty or gritty? These tactile sensations make your description more immersive. Finally, what is the atmosphere or mood of the place? Is it lively, full of energy, somber, serious and gloomy, cozy, comfortable and warm, or eerie, strange and frightening? Is it inviting or oppressive? Is it vibrant or peaceful? The atmosphere is the overall feeling a place gives you. For your practice activity, think of your favorite room in your house or a place you visit often, like a park or a cafe. Try to describe it using at least 5 sensory details: what you see, hear, smell, and feel, and what its overall atmosphere is. For example, my study is a cozy room with warm, soft lighting. I often hear the gentle humming of my computer and the distant chirping of birds outside. It smells faintly of old books and fresh coffee, creating a peaceful and inviting atmosphere. Take a moment to describe your chosen place. Building on our sensory descriptions, let's now focus on more specific details when describing places and how to use language to tell a story about an environment. This section will help you add depth and narrative to your descriptions. When describing landscapes and nature, you can use a variety of terms. Are there mountains, majestic, towering, rivers, winding, flowing, forests, dense, sprawling, deserts, barren, vast, beaches, sandy, rocky, pristine, valleys, lush, green, or plains, flat, open? You can describe them as majestic, grand, sprawling, spreading out over a large area, winding, curving, dense, thickly packed, barren, empty, lifeless, pristine, untouched, rugged, rough, uneven, or lush, rich, abundant vegetation. These words help to characterize the natural world. For buildings and architecture, there's a rich vocabulary. Is it a modern skyscraper, a quaint cottage, a grand mansion, or an ancient cathedral? You can describe the style: modern, Gothic, Victorian, minimalist, or ornate, highly decorated. These terms help classify and characterize man-made structures. When describing interior spaces, think about rooms, furniture, and decor. Is the room cluttered, messy, or minimalist, simple? Is it spacious or cozy? Is the furniture antique or contemporary? Is the decor rustic, country style, elegant, or charming? These details bring indoor environments to life. Beyond static descriptions, you can describe movement and activity within a place. Is the place bustling with activity, very busy, deserted, empty, or teeming with life, full of living things? Is it quiet or vibrant? Is it chaotic or orderly? Describing the actions within a place makes it dynamic. To make your descriptions truly vivid and memorable, use figurative language. Similes compare two different things using like or as, e.g., the fog was like a thick blanket. Metaphors directly state one thing as another, e.g., the city was a concrete jungle. Personification gives human qualities to inanimate objects, e.g., the trees whispered secrets. These literary devices add poetic flair and deeper meaning to your descriptions. For your practice activity, think of a place from a book or movie that you love, or a place you dream of visiting. Try to describe it using specific details about its landscape, architecture, interior spaces, and any movement or activity. Also, try to incorporate at least one piece of figurative language. For example, the ancient castle stood on a rugged cliff, its stone walls towering like a silent guardian. Inside, the great hall was spacious but felt eerie, with shadows dancing like ghosts on the ornate tapestries. The wind outside held a mournful song through the narrow windows. Take a moment to craft your description. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the nuances of describing physical appearance and personality to painting vivid pictures of places. Now, the real art lies in putting it all together, weaving these different descriptive elements into a cohesive and compelling narrative. This is where your English truly shines. When you're describing a scene or telling a story, you often need to combine descriptions of people and places. For example, you might describe a tall, slender woman with piercing blue eyes who is standing in a bustling, vibrant market square, her confident stride making her stand out amidst the cacophony of vendors' calls. Notice how combining these elements creates a much richer image than describing each separately. Practice linking these different aspects together naturally. An advanced tip for powerful description is to show, don't tell. Instead of saying, she was sad, you could say her shoulders slumped and her eyes were downcast, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek. Instead of, the room was cold, you could say, I shivered as I stepped into the room, the air biting at my exposed skin. Use sensory details and actions to convey emotions and characteristics, rather than simply stating them. This makes your descriptions much more impactful. Another way to add richness is by varying your sentence structure. Don't always use simple subject-verb-object sentences. Incorporate complex sentences with clauses that add descriptive details. For example, instead of, the man was old, he had wrinkles, Try the old man, whose face was a roadmap of wrinkles, smiled kindly. This makes your English sound more sophisticated and natural. Now, for a practice challenge. I want you to describe a scene from your daily life, focusing on all aspects we've discussed: people, places, and atmosphere. Perhaps describe your morning commute, a busy moment at work or school, or a quiet evening at home. Try to use at least one word from each section we covered today and aim to show, not just tell. For example, if you're describing your commute, think about the people you see, the sounds of the street, the feeling of the air, and the overall mood of the journey. Take a few moments to mentally construct your description. We've reached the end of our deep dive into descriptive English, and I hope you feel more equipped and inspired to paint vivid pictures with your words. We've explored how to describe people from their physical traits to their personalities, and how to bring places to life with sensory details and atmospheric language. Remember, the power of description lies in its ability to make your communication more engaging, more personal, and more effective. Your journey to mastering descriptive English is an ongoing one. It requires keen observation, a growing vocabulary, and consistent practice. The more you pay attention to the details around you, and the more you try to articulate them in English, the more natural and effortless your descriptions will become. Don't be afraid to experiment, to make mistakes, and to continuously expand your descriptive toolkit. I truly believe that by focusing on these skills, you will not only improve your English fluency, but also enhance your ability to connect with others and share your unique perspective on the world. Keep observing, keep practicing, and keep building your descriptive muscles. Before we wrap up, if you found this episode helpful and inspiring, please give this video a big thumbs up. Your likes and shares help us reach more English learners who are eager to build their descriptive skills. And don't forget to subscribe to the Daily English Subtitled Podcast for more practical lessons and engaging content. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'd love to hear from you. In the comments section below, share a short description of a person or a place using some of the new vocabulary you learned today. Let's create a community of vivid storytellers. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Keep practicing your English, keep describing the world around you, and I'll catch you in the next episode.